Hello and welcome back to the Simuldub Saints, your guide to seasonal anime dubs. I'm your host, LaserKid, and with me as always is my trusty co-host.
Hello, I am Archangel, lover of cat girls.
And we also have a special guest today.
Hello, it's me, JMac.
The Dumbweaves takeover of Simuldub Saints is continuing. We had V-Lord a couple times ago. Now we just need to get some more. But you've been listening to our theme song, Wherever I Go, from friend of the podcast and fellow dumbweed, Ampren. Please check out their awesome music, link in the description.
Alright, this episode has been sponsored by the awesome folks over at the Arasaka Corporation. More about them at the end.
So, JMac, you're a first-time guest here on Simuldub Saints.
Yes.
Anything you want our listeners to know about you, other than the fact that we're very good friends?
I've got a YouTube channel that you can check out, youtube.com/JMcAfreak. I've also got a Twitch channel that I stream on occasionally. I got to get back onto that. But that's about all I've got going.
All right. Well, in the news, Blue Lock Season 2 has a new teaser and a visual and cast list. And more importantly, it debuts October 2024. I never got to watch Blue Lock, and I don't think either of you did, but I certainly heard about it. It blew up with all the crazy action soccer going on. And hey, it's coming back. So for those of you that are into Blue Lock, it's coming back in October. The other big news, which is released now, is Dead Demons DDD Destruction is now on Crunchyroll in episodic format. Apparently it was a movie before, with a dub. Weekly release is going on already. I have been told from the comments on the series page, if you are a newbie like me, do not watch episode 0. Start with episode 1, because episode 0 will spoil you on basically the whole plot.
Okay then.
And that's really all I got for news this week. Not like last week where we just had bomb after bomb after bomb of, oh my god, here's the news. So now, for why we're all here. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Season 3 is upon us. And the reason we brought in JMac and I have been with Reslime since Season 1 was new.
Yes.
And I'd say it's one of our favorites.
It is pretty damn good, yes.
I know it's not your number one favorite, and I know what's happening when ReZero shows up. You're just gonna come in and like, I'm doing this episode. You're like, okay.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be my episode, and it's just gonna be me rubbing one out for like an hour and a half.
yeah, pretty much. And I'll be like, yep, yep. I'll turn into Shinchon over. Yeah,
My God.
How lewd.
Yes, but this also was new for Arc. We kind of almost got you caught up in time, but you kind of missed all season 2 and the back half of 1. But you had a little bit of an introduction before.
Yeah, it's fine. This, for whatever reason, it just didn't catch for me. But that's nothing to say about its quality. It's just
I would also say
entirely a
your
matter of
experience has
personal taste.
been not optimal in the least, so that's totally understandable you'd feel that way.
Yeah, I guess it's just how do I put this? It doesn't go quite as it goes less into realistic scheming and conflicts and more into characters deliberately messing with other characters, which is fine, but it's, to me they're two different things, and I don't like this particular combination, but it is a very good. It's just not my thing, is all.
Fair enough. Well, this season started off with a recap episode from Veldora. Second Veldora recap episode, just as fun as the first, because Veldora is hilarious. Reading his manga. And that leads us into the first of many, many meetings. It's meeting seasons. Or should we say, seasons meetings.
God, it was like 6 episodes.
It was like 6 episodes of meetings. We have a meeting because Fallout of the Falmouth situation. What are we going to do with Falmouth? Okay, this is what we're going to do with Falmouth. We're going to reconstitute the king and the head church guy of Falmouth, and they're going to be our witnesses. And they both said, "Yeah, we'll help out. We see what you can do. We don't want to fight you anymore." And then you have them meeting with their people, and that doesn't go so well either. You have succession problems where it's his brother instead of his son. He splits off, and the nobility does not like the deal they've been given for their peace deal. It's like, you lost! Deal with it! Then you have the clowns being sad that Clayman is dead, and also what we thought was Rimuru's friend is not his friend, is also sad, and he's going to do things politically to screw with Rimuru in revenge. It's like, dude, get over yourself. And then we have... oh, God.
I was just going to say, that level of obstinacy and cluelessness, there are people like that, but I forget who said this, but pretty quickly, when you have them by the balls, their hearts and minds will follow. So they're obstinate past the point of realism, which kind of is one of the things that ruins things for me. There's a lot of that in this show.
You'd be surprised how many people are stubborn past that point, particularly less so in the Western world. In the Eastern world, oh, you betcha.
Once they've actually got a gun in their face, they tend to clue in.
Well,
of course, in the Eastern world, they don't live this long, but, you know.
Well,
anyway.
Yeah. At any rate, you end up with more meetings because Rimuru's got to take care of the way this road is being made. And then we have more meetings because, oh, hey, where's our land going to be? Okay, well, we can't go past this. I'm giving up going episode by episode because it's just meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting. Where's the border of Tempest going to be? The other side of the river has not typically been under the handle of the Dryads, which are the power behind the area they're in. And then there's meetings about, okay, what are we going to do about the monsters that are attacking on the road? It's like, aren't you all monsters? Okay, yeah, but we have the road stuff. Okay.
Well, the anti-magic field was less about monsters and more about a lot of other things, though. But it was just meeting after meeting after meeting. We don't have to go into a whole cavalcade of everything the meetings was about, really.
I was trying to get the point across early on, but yeah,
convey the point, because otherwise this episode will be as boring as the first 6 of Reslime.
Yeah.
Which I'm into that sort of thing, but most people are not.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the first couple.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
In this sort of, actual politics is not what this show is about. So it's just the people like me who would be into this sort of thing. It just, we're not here anymore. And the people who are into it, that like the action leavened with politics and scheming, they're going to be turned off, as indeed LK and JMac were until this recent episode that we just watched.
Yeah, well,
I'll let them talk about.
My problem wasn't so much all the politicking going on.
No, politicking was fine. It was
it was like there were 3 episodes where we were given all the information we needed, and then 3 episodes where all of that exact same information was re-delivered to us.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly the problem. Like, if the plot demanded, if they were actually doing new things with these meetings, I actually don't mind. I do not mind if they want to take their time telling a story. The problem is that they drag their feet telling a story. I mean, how many episodes has Hinata been on the road, and only the most recent one do we actually go anywhere with that? And then we go all the way with that with this most recent episode. Like, we may go way out of our way to just over push. Oh, well, the church, and then the Holy Knights, and all these other meetings. And the TLDR of all of the meetings is that Hinata's coming to Tempest, and Rimuru tried to send a peace envoy that got fucked over by the 3 cloaked what-their-fucks and their continual fuckery. And then the what-the-fucks do more continual fuckery to make it even worse. And we're going to have Rimuru and Hinata fight.
I just had a thought, and shoot me down if this is stupid, but what if the clowns have taken those robes and are
Actually,
they're the one?
that actually would make a lot of sense.
Okay.
I could very much see that. I
guess since she is in meetings with that one dude, that's not actually beyond possibility. But
I don't think it is either. But
I don't think so, because I think it's those. Okay, so it was revealed to us in one of the meeting episodes for the Holy Church, at least, that when Hinata came to power, when she became like the head paladin or whatever, those 7 guys basically lost their political power and sway, and because they ruled by force, and she ended up being stronger than they were, so then they were no longer ruling by force. So they are trying to get rid of their biggest roadblock to having absolute power again, in my opinion.
I think that's a fair way of putting it. She also said she basically beat their asses. That's what happened. And now they're just hanging around. It's like, great. She was not happy to see them when they showed up.
Well, if she didn't finish the job, then that's her fault.
She subjugated them, basically made them work for her, but they don't really seem to really work for her.
Press F to doubt.
Well, clearly it didn't work right. Oh my gosh. I will say that the political intrigue within the Holy Church thing, that has been interesting. Especially knowing that, Demon Lord Valentine's behind it. That was unexpected, but interesting. Finally glad that we got to this last episode and they actually started doing things without wasting our time.
We're getting a lot of the payoff. And another thing I found interesting about this, there were some surprises that came to us in this episode that, like, we knew about all these troop movements in, like, last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Which was fine. Like, but, I mean, they could have probably halved the length of each meeting and fit 2 of them per episode. But, like, finally we got, like, the payoff for those and the backstory behind them. It's like, oh, we couldn't have just shown these troop movements earlier and, like, had them be like, by the way, there's other troops moving, and then like have that payoff happen earlier. Like, come on. But this last episode was a good episode, and I think it's returning to form.
I think so too. And I do remember that season 2 had a similar rough start. It just fixed itself a lot faster. The writer behind this light novel series, because this was a light novel first, I get the feeling that they're not the best at setup, but they're really good at payoff, because that's been consistently the case. And the payoffs have always been worth it with this show. So I'm sticking around no matter what. Yes. I will say for sure that the action we had in this episode, like the actual combat, was really fun to watch. I see where the budget finally went.
Yeah. And it's less about the action for me.
No, it's not about the action.
More about like the broad. Yeah, it's more about the broad. All of this stuff is being shown to us now, whereas literally everything was just being told to us before. We were just being told these troops are moving to this place and at this time. These people are saying this thing. It's like, just show them saying it then, please.
Yeah.
And show them doing it.
We did get to see the evil organization behind the scenes, the family of the Rotsos. That was actually not a bad meeting, because they were showing us what they were doing.
No, that was something that showed that there's a whole new like, you've got the clown fuckers with that one douchebag.
Yep.
We've got the fucking new king, who's like trying to foment a civil war and also a war with Tempest again, because he's a dumbass. he's going.
The pride has just taken.
Yeah, the previous king got dismantled and put back together. This guy's just going to be disintegrated. Like, there's no way around it. He's just going to die.
It's one thing to be stupid and overestimate yourself against an enemy and lose.
Yes.
It's another thing to. Oh, go ahead, Ark.
I'm just saying, too dumb to live.
Yes. Absolutely. It's another thing to go up against an enemy you know can kick your ass and think you can win.
Yeah. After the guy comes back and says, "Oh yeah, this guy ascended to becoming a demon lord, and he literally insta-killed 10,000 of our soldiers, like, in 20 seconds."
Yeah.
Right. Now, making all sorts of posturing and drum beating for internal purposes, that's pretty normal. And I would actually say it's kind of sensible in his position, but I'm pretty sure he means it, which is what makes it stupid.
It's like the reason I was saying Eastern is it's like a Japanese anime company that doesn't know how to license things. Yes, shots have been fired. Like this behavior reminds me of the Japanese corporate world. Is basically how I feel about all of this. Where you see that they know that they're being dumb and they just insist on doing it anyway against their own financial goodwill, and that's what I feel echoed in this more so than actual warfare.
His is more of his pride is wounded because and it's not even his pride that should be wounded because he just wants to show that I can do better than the king, the previous king.
We cannot accept this loss. Harumph, I say harumph.
Yeah, they're monsters. We can't lose to monsters. Yes, you can.
Yeah,
yes, you can.
I've been doing a lot of reading. I won't go into it because you guys, people don't really care. All I'll say is anyone who wants to listen to this, look up the channel The Historian's Craft on YouTube. But anyway, where the whole samurai honor system and that became the Japanese honor system came from, and let me say, this kind of makes sense given their cultural context.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I should also mention just I don't know if you guys are working around to it, but segue time. There's more than one kind of war featured in this latest episode.
There are lots of moving pieces right now, and I'm really happy about that.
Same.
We have like I was saying before I distracted myself with my own tangent.
Tangent. This podcast? Why I never.
We have the clown fucker, the clown fuckers. We have those Western merchants, which I think might actually be being run by that one secret family we just saw recently.
The Rotsos.
Yeah, the Rotsos.
We have the greatest egotistical phrase of the world exists to serve the Rotsos. Yeah, that doesn't sound egotistical at all.
For real.
Well,
and then we have Falmouth, and then we have those the sages or whatever of that church that want power again.
Yep.
But I was referring to the fact of Hinata's little journey, and they find a restaurant in this one town that just says ramen in kanji.
Yep.
And so all the guys who are with her are like, "What even is this?" And she's like, "We're eating here."
And then food wars happened.
Yes, that was what I was alluding to earlier with multiple wars, but
I see.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
The food wars begins inside that ramen shop. The food gasms are real, and
oh my god, yeah, that was oh my god. There was just so much to love about this last episode. I won't say the episodes with the meetings were bad.
No,
they were still on their own. Each of them was still a good episode. It was just too much.
Yes, none of them were bad. It's just they needed to do something a lot sooner.
Something to space out the meetings, please.
Please. Just give us an adventure with Gobta or something.
Yeah.
Although I did like the Gobta come see me after the meeting in my office. I will say, the sense of humor across this entire season has not gone off the rails. They've kept it funny as hell the whole time.
Yes. No, they have been able to intersperse some humor into it, which is still good. And oh my god, the lady in purple, I forget her name.
Shion?
Shion. Yeah. God, she is
so dumb.
What possessed Rimuru to put her in charge of anything but herself?
What she has in fighting skills, she lacks in intellect.
Right. It's, I could see her using her as a champion or a bodyguard or something, but to put her in charge of other people is just asking for trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to try to make a joke, but then I decided against it because it would be bad.
To Rimuru's defense, She's like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? You can get in charge of these two idiots. Okay.
Oh dear.
Ugh.
And I'm expecting in that moment, Rimuru knew he fucked up.
I still love that she can use. Oh, you can go fight in that fight, or I will make you
My
the
food taste tester.
for my new food, and I'm giving you the
Oh,
option
God.
here.
Oh, she knows. She knows her food is bad.
Oh my god,
She's
God.
trying. God bless her.
She is.
God bless her.
Oh god, she's a
Like,
great character.
I think that is the thing that keeps me coming around from this. I had a friend once describe it as a harem anime. I'm like, this is absolutely not a harem anime.
No, there's a lot of
Abso-fucking-lutely
ladies, but
not.
there's not a harem here.
Look, yes, when Rimuru is in slime form, he is typically resting under some titties.
It's
But
true.
you cannot tell me that any straight guy with a consenting woman would not do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, why not? It's comfy.
Exactly.
if this was a harem, they'd all like want to marry Rimuru. That's not
Yeah.
really how that works here.
Yeah, no, it's a lot more.
Everybody's loyal to him, but it's nothing to do with relationships per se.
Yeah.
Right, and there's plenty of developed male and female characters. Oh no, not that.
Yeah.
So I just did something I've been meaning to do for a long time, which is, I recognize that this is a trope, and I looked it up, and at least according to TV tropes, the name of it is The Lethal Chef.
Yep, that is a trope, and I've seen it all over anime. Definitely case for Shion. I also want to shout out the storyline with Diablo, because he's been the one doing the fuckery behind the scenes for on Tempest's side against Falmouth. And it's been interesting to watch this character actually go from what are you up to oh, he really is loyal to Rimuru. That's interesting. Like, you actually felt bad that his plan failed and the Bishop of Falmouth was killed by probably the road fuckheads.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, those guys. I hope that Rimuru just teams up and then they just kill those guys. That's what I want to see.
Oh, yeah, no, for real. Like,
Once they realize what's going on, these people are so dead.
see, like after the OVA, I thought that the main conflict was going to be with a little more, and also after the last season, a little more directed at the clowns, but they're like not even secondary in this one. They're like tertiary.
They're afraid to act because it's of what's going on. That much was at least covered.
Yeah, they are afraid. They're afraid to act because they lost Clayman.
They're afraid to act directly, so they're acting indirectly, which is them manipulating several factors in this, I'm certain.
Yeah, well, they're actually acting like they have a few grains of sense, at least in that regard, which I like.
Yes. Well, as your Discord status once said, suffer not a clown to live.
Yes, thou shalt not suffer the clown to live.
A wise decision after seeing these clowns.
Yeah, that was directly inspired by what I was watching in season 1. It's
I know,
"Thou shalt
that's
not
what I
suffer the
said."
clown to live."
Yes.
It turns out to be surprisingly popular as a chaplain rallying cry in Space Station 14, but that's another story.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All things considered, season 3 is shaping up to be good. It does, like, you just have to endure the slowness of the first several episodes.
Yeah.
You'll get through it, and then it just pays off really well.
Agreed. And it looks to be going really interesting from here out, and I can't wait to see the rest of it.
Yes.
It's good to have Reslime back, I'll say that.
Yes.
And the fact that this is a season, an anime season, where we have Reincarnated as a slime, and it is not the strongest show out there, that is a good season.
Yeah, this year is shaping up to be great for fucking anime.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely. I mean, this season we've got...
This year and last year have been fucking incredible.
Absolutely. I do not disagree with you. I mean, this season alone, we've got... Go ahead.
My theory is that all of the creativity that seems to have abandoned America has fled to Japan.
Oh,
That
seems to have been the case for a while.
Cosmic Force type of thing. I don't think people have been going anywhere, but...
Right.
I mean, we've had Tsukimichi, Mushoku Tensei, Konosuba.
That one makes me very happy.
Spice and Wolf coming back as a remake, but still. Kaiju
More-
number 8, which we talked about a couple episodes ago.
We're getting more ReZero.
We're getting more ReZero, yes.
I am. Oh, sorry. I need to contain myself. I will talk about that when it comes. I will cross that bridge when it comes.
We will definitely be talking ReZero with you. There's no
and
one
it won't be the only thing coming.
Oh,
Okay.
there's no one I'd rather have on a ReZero podcast than you.
I love
I'm not
ReZero.
even sure how many guests. How many guests do we have possibly for that?
For
At this
ReZero, JMax the main one, maybe V-Lord if I can get him.
What was the one that we were going to get like everybody?
The one we're gonna get like absolutely everyone is gonna be Konosuba.
Okay.
That one's gonna be big.
Okay. I knew there was one.
Konosuba and Spice and Wolf.
Okay.
Both of those when we go for them.
Yeah. The only
Plenty
thing
of
that could make me
guests.
happier would be more bookworm anime because the books
Oh.
are just to die for, and
Absolutely.
that needs to be shared with the wider public.
Completely agreed, especially with how far behind the anime is from those books, man. There's so much that happens in those
Oh
books.
God. Yeah, it's barely gotten anywhere, relatively speaking. And I just want to see the magic brought to life.
Oh,
That's what I see.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
And I got into it through the anime, but
But yeah, hashtag Quitter is for Quidditch is for scrubs.
well, I think that's a sign that we've gotten through as much as we're going to about Reslime.
Yeah.
I wish
Reslime's
we had
good,
more
go
to
watch
say.
it.
Yeah, Reslime good, go watch it. Just deal with the long meetings. They are worth it. It's just you're gonna have
Yeah.
to get through them.
The whoosh kadoosh came in this
The
episode.
whoosh kadoosh absolutely came in this episode. Thank you for that callback. That's a Demon Slayer podcast reference right there.
Yeah, you've got to follow. Look, if you wanna know more about the Simuldub Saints, you really have to follow the deep lore of Demon Slayer podcast, the Dumb Weebs podcast,
And you might as well watch Show of Faithful while you're at it. Just get all
and you
my
might as well
podcasts.
also the Toonami. Yeah, you said Toonami Faithful. Just now,
I
didn't
just
you?
did, yeah.
The deep lore.
The deep lore, the weeb lore, you might say.
Yes.
But yeah, no, Reslime good. Watch it, enjoy it. It looks like it's about to kick into high gear, and I am all for that. So, I believe, Ark, that leaves us with a sponsor.
Indeed. So, this episode of the Simuldub Saints has been kindly sponsored by the good folks over at Arasaka. Now, we all know that the Arasaka Corporation provides the highest quality of products and services in just about any vertical that you can name. And now, they've created yet another revolutionary product line. Specifically, this week, we are promoting the Arasaka Relic, which is a specialized biochip that will, once installed, create and store a digitized copy of the user's mental engrams and psyche, updating as they go through life. When you finally pass away, the relic will allow your family to converse with the construct, the recorded version of you, and thereby benefit from your wisdom and hear your last thoughts and wishes and all of that sort of thing. Now, just be aware, this is not going to be some sort of self-aware AI or anything like that. So there's no worries about someone cloning you or any nonsense like that. But it is what this is for, of course, is to give your survivors the closure and comfort that they need in their most trying hour. And who can put a price on that? The Arasaka Relic. Secure your soul today.
I think Arasaka did put a price on that.
You want to get whacked?
Well, thank you to the Arasaka Corporation for sponsoring this podcast.
Yes, please forgive my co-host. Please don't kill us. Thank you.
Please don't kill me. It would make me sad if I died.
Step on me, Atom Smasher. Ooh woo.
Oh my god.
Tell me that's not a real thing.
Atom Smasher is an actual character.
No.
Ooh,
But that tell me that somebody did not say that on the internet unironically.
Have you seen the internet?
Yes. Fuck's sake. He's
Although,
ugly, but
he's
he's
also-
ugly.
He's also pretty universally hated for what he did in the anime. So
We need to finish that.
It's so I'm in the last few
They didn't,
episodes.
they didn't really characterize him. I think he's a 2020 character, if I had to guess.
Well, at any
given his
rate,
apparent history, which anyway, yeah, we're not here to talk about Cyberpunk.
No.
yet. If we finish Edgerunners, maybe we will.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
But at any rate, that about does it for this week's episode of Simuldub Saints. Next week will be a pre-recorded episode, which we'll be recording shortly after. But Ark is out on trip next week, so if there's any breaking news next week, I will cut in from the future!
Yep, I'm going back to 1944 for a weekend.
So, thank you all for listening, and have a good one.
Stay freaky, everyone.